Hi guys, this is Megan with Nerd Initiative, and today I'm going to go through every Easter egg that I found in your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, if I missed any, which is entirely possible, because I'm not that good at this. Let me know in the comments, and let us start. So, Nico, in a conversation with Peter Parker, mentions Iron Man and Captain America Civil War, and she even kind of goes into a little bit of detail about how she struggles with deciding which of them is right, which I think we all do at some point, because there is a little bit of truth on both sides. The Sokovia Accords, catalyst for the Civil War, is mentioned, so I really like that. The Future Foundation. Spider-Man wears a new suit that bears a strong resemblance to the Future Foundation suit. He wears the suit in the comics after joining the Future Foundation. And I've officially said Future Foundation way too many times. Lonnie Lincoln gets the Tombstone nickname after saving Big Donovan's life during the big gang fight with the Scorpions. He's with the 110th Street Gang. I guess he's moving up in the world in some way. Tombstone is Lincoln's comic book counterpart. So, offering himself up in exchange for his brother, Lonnie has no choice but to join the 110th Street Gang in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. In the comics, the 110th Street Gang is controlled by Lonnie Lincoln, Tombstone. As such, this serves as a major tease that this new MCU shows Lonnie may face a pretty dark future in evolution, that it'll probably end up being like a New York crime boss or something. It's just the way it's going. Personally, I think they're moving him up way too quickly because, like, an episode ago, he was bragging about getting an A. His relationship with Pearl was flourishing. He was the big man on campus not campus, I guess campus, at the school, with his football going incredibly. And now he's Tombstone with a gang that he didn't want to join, but he did for his brother. And it's like, it's just a little quick. Sorry. Peter tells Norman not to let his aunt know that about his superhero life. He says, "Don't tell Aunt May," which I think we all remember that conversation with Tony Stark in Captain America Civil War between him and Spider-Man, right before he agrees to go to Germany. When Peter visits Norman Osborn's office, a picture of Norman with Wakanda's King T'Challa, the Black Panther's father, can be seen. So that was pretty cool. The Scorpion Gang is led by Mac Gargan, the most popular incarnation of Scorpion, and Carmilla Black, who used the alias when she worked for S.H.I.E.L.D. in the comics. Moving on, the Tracksuit Mafia from the Hawkeye series is mentioned by Roxana Volkoff. So many references from the MCU in here, and I dig them all. After learning Peter Parker is Spider-Man, Harry excitedly offers to be his dude in a chair, which is a reference to MCU Peter Parker's best friend, Ned, who did the exact same thing. If we all remember, he was the best guy in the chair. Another picture that we can see in the episodes is a picture of Harry Osborn with Marvel K-pop superhero Luna Snow. And I believe she's going to be featured in Jason Lowe's new Concert of Champions coming up in Marvel Comics. So keep an eye out for that, because he's really good at writing that stuff. Hanging out in Nico's room, it's revealed that Nico lives with a foster family. However, a photograph of her in the nightstand can be seen in the background that looks to be, I'm assuming, is Nico's biological parents. So it'll be exciting to hopefully learn more about Nico and her potential magical history with her mother, as seen in Marvel's Runaway Comics and the TV show, which is underrated. I think we all remember how episode 3 starts out when Peter is at dinner with Norman Osborn, and Peter tells him, "I think your security is just playing a prank on you." And he's like, no, I have footage right here from my personal cameras. And he said, would have been much better off telling me that you and Spider-Man are friends, says Norman Osborn. And that's a common explanation used by Peter both in the comics and in the main MCU timeline. Not unlike the suitcase Peter uses in Spider-Man Far From Home, this new Peter Parker has his own keepsake from Uncle Ben, and it is an old camera. This is kind of a reference to Spider-Man's original day job in the comics and the movies. in the Sam Raimi movies as a photographer for the Daily Bugle. So I'm interested to see if that's where it goes. Maria Vasquez and James Sanders receive some high-tech gear from a mysterious benefactor. In the comics, Vasquez is better known as the villain Tarantula, while Sanders is actually known as Speed Demon. As such, their new tech helps them resemble their comic book counterparts as the new MCU villains, at least before Spider-Man goes and, like, stops their whole crime spree. It's whatever. Moving on, offering Peter a variety of different costumes, Norman provides Spider-Man with suits that are seemingly inspired by Thor, Wasp, and even a darker black suit that feels like a funny Batman reference. Peter even goes with like a deep voice and all of it. Loved it. However, none of these suits really work for Peter, and Norman can't help but agree. But that being said, all three suits were actually alternate identities Peter Parker donned in the 1998 Identity Crisis event, when the comic book Norman put a large bounty on Spider-Man's head, forcing Peter Parker to assume new masks and mantles. And to me, it's just funny because it is so wildly different in the show, but it still works. A gang of Russian criminals featured in Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Episode 4, and many are notable villains from the comics. This includes Dimitri, who is Chameleon, Mikhail, who is Rhino's father, Mila, Unicorn. Like, that's pretty cool. Nico's dig at Harry Osborn feels like it could be a small reference to James Franco, who played both Harry Osborn in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy in the early 2000s, as we all remember. And he was the lead of 2013's Oz the Great and Powerful, which was also directed by Sam Raimi. So, I know that cannot be all of them. Those are just the ones I found. So let me know in the comments what I missed. Which ones did you guys find? Also, tell me what you guys thought about the episodes. Like, personally, I think they're getting better and better as the episodes go on. So you guys let me know in the comments. Be sure, wherever you're watching this, to subscribe so you don't miss any more of Nerd Initiative's videos. There's so many things you could choose from. And you can find me everywhere by searching for Vigilante Vibes Podcast. And have a great night.